What a wonderful weather! Snowy and freezing. I loved it.
What's so good about this weather? It's freezing cold. I'm afraid I'll catch a cold, or better yet, get frostbite.
Don't say such bad things. Last autumn was colder, but you are alive and kicking.
It was colder last autumn indeed.
I just said.
Look at this. I found the temperature last year and the year before.
Oh, it's very interesting. Maybe we can do something like project?
That is very interesting. Let's go then.
Let's go.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have an idea for a report about global warming. We have looked through temperature's movement for last several years, and we were shocked.
Don't look at me. I don't know how this will turn out.
Okay, it's very interesting, but global warming is too big topic. Let's think how we can take it easily. Can you come after the lessons to discuss?
Okay, see you later.
See you later.
See you. Oh, nice to meet you again. Well, I got something for you. What you think about sea creatures and their migration?
Sounds good.
Why don't you write about this, taking, for example, the Arctic Ocean?
Well, great. I love biology. We'll take it.
Nice.
Hey, how long are you gonna sit around doing nothing? The articles aren't writing themselves.
Look, there is a problem. We of course can write a project and take a part in the conference, but few people will understand the issue. Only jury and participants.
Okay, so what do you want?
Let's make a video clip. We based in the information we have found. I can make a blog post. You do the same. Then they ask our friends post it on their pages. So many people will learn and read this.
All right, we can try, but get back to work.
Hello.
Hello.
We spent a lot of time on webs, and here is the information we could find.
Great.
Can we use the board?
Sure.
It turns out there are hundreds of species of fish that inhabit the Barents Sea area. Capelin predominates being feed for other fish. In addition, there are mammals such as whales, seals, polar bears, and a great amount of birds. We have different species of seagulls, guillemots, and sea parrots. Do you know that some of them are registered in the Red Book? For example, in eider, it is endangered due to the activity of humans. These birds were often found with their stomachs full of plastic or with their wings stuck in oil. Despite the fact that they're in the Red Book, can we say that they're safe now? The amount of reduction of plastic spots, oil spills, and power supplies has increased tremendously recently due to the amount of species that are under threat of extinction. In addition, what about people? Up to the year 2000, ecology was not a problem at all. However, one decade has passed and the situation is getting worse because of constant poisonous emission. That is why immediate actions were done and a large amount of chemicals was banned. The environment has gotten better, but still nowadays we have a large amount of these substances accumulated in the Arctic. How does all of this influence sea life? Due to global warming, Arctic glaciers begin to hackle from eternal frost. They're moved to the Barents Sea by streams and melt there. Snowmelt is colder than seawater by about 10 centigrade. That is why all harmful substances sink to the ocean floor, where they're accumulated through years. As well as glaciers, the Gulf Stream takes a heap of plastic from the northern coasts, which fell onto the Barents seabed. This deposition also affects the animals of that area. The water becomes polluted and makes breathing with gills difficult. As a result, fish migrate to other places. Some animals swallow or get stuck in this waste and die. The food chain breaks, and the bodies of dead fish are eaten by other fish, which also die later. We can also see whales thrown onto seashores with their stomachs full of plastic.
It was difficult, however, but I understood.
Well, I'm just straying away from the idea here.
And what do you think?
Very good, but I think you have missing something. You should speak with the experts from technical university. They could help us. I'll call them and give you details.
Great. We look forward to it.
I could fix the meeting with the technical university delegates. The expert will give you an interview.
Perfect.
I ask you to behave properly. Here are your visit cards. Otherwise, you can't enter without it.
Okay, we get the idea. Let's go. Hello, I'm a journalist and I've come to ask you some questions about global warming and the Barents Sea. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Anna Yashkina and I'm a senior teacher of Department of Technical Safety, and I'm glad to answer your questions.
How actually dangerous is plastic dumped in the ocean for, say, the creatures, the species that live in the Arctic Ocean?
Of course, plastic is a big problem of our modern society, because we have plastic in every way of life. We have it in industry, in domestic, in households, and the main problem is that this plastic can be digested for a long time. It can be from 50 years to 500 of years just to digest. And scientists also found a new and very interesting but very big problem about microplastic, because these substances can sketched and be small particles from it. These particles could be less than 5 millimeters, and these particles can travel from our sea to the different to our oceans, and it can concentrate in organisms because they swallow it, and also it can dump in on the bottom of the ocean. And of course we can not only see the big Pacific plastic waste dump on the surface of the ocean. Of course, it's really big problem, but this microplastic can be in our bodies, it can be in our water, and of course we even can't imagine where can we found these substances, and this harmful thing is really danger for our living, for our organisms and organism marine and on our surface on the earth.
And how did global warming influence on sea life?
Okay, the main problem of global warming for the waters and for the oceans is that the level of sea of the oceans decreased, and the concentration of salt in these waters can be changed, and of course the conditions of living on this of these marine organisms is changed, and for them is really harmful because they have to leave their living places. They in this situation they have to find our way to feed, and sometimes if they can't do this, they, as I say many times, this organism can die. But one of the second problem in this global warming for sea living, I can concern it with living of people nearby the sea, because level of sea can be decreased, and some surfaces, some cities, towns, and other can just be covered by the waters, by the sea, and these people also have to leave these places and find some other place to live and to proceed their living. And one of the problem from the global warming is that balance of carbon dioxide is also changes, because our hydrosphere is the big regulator of climate system in global understanding, as I see. And if the temperature is changing and this temperature become more than it was before, this gas balance can be moved from the our places. For example, now, as you can see, we don't have really our Arctic winter in November. We even don't have it sometimes in December in our Arctic, but we have really windy and snowy winter in March, April. Have a lot of snow, and it really uncomfortable for our regions, for our country. And as for marine organisms and the organisms who live nearby the sea, the changing of these conditions is really harmful for them and harmful for our plants who situated in these territories, because it damages their common process of their living. They don't. They can live in these changes. That's all.
Thank you. It turns out that the most dangerous things influencing on the Arctic Ocean basin are global warming and litter. To solve this problem, we can apply the technology using hydro, sun, wind, as well as nuclear power. We will use environmentally friendly plants. It will help to reduce CO2 release and mitigate the greenhouse effect, which is reported as the main reason of global warming. As for plastic, the situation is much easier. We can instead use eco-friendly materials like bamboo. It grows very fast and it's firm enough to produce things which can replace plastic products. At the same time, the technology of making plastic from starch is on the drawing board. This substance has the same features as a synthetic analog, but has only a week of decomposition. Everyone in our country can send petition on different websites created by people carrying authority. However, they should not only think but raise the profile of these topics and take active part in an environmental campaign of save our planet. Together they can do everything.